Gather around the campfire, kids. It's the season of love, the season we've all been waiting for. What if Deku was the Harem kid? And this will be very amusing. I hope you love the texture of my voice sinking into your ears and pacing your heartbeat nice and slow. The beginning of this video will start off like this. Izuku Midoriya was around 5 years old. Him and his mother, Inko Midoriya, who is extremely hot for her age, is going to the Quirk doctors to find out what sort of powers Izuku has or doesn't have. They go to the Quirk doctor. The Quirk doctor gives them information of what quirk Izuku has. Izuku has this rare type of quirk that's kind of similar to Midnight, which is Inko's auntie, where he can use his essence will give people reactions from his chemicals of his body, which they smell and fall in love with him. Izuku hasn't manifested it yet, so it will take a brief long time, maybe in a couple weeks or maybe in a couple months or even years. In this what if also, Katsuki Bakugo is a female, also Mineta, and some of the main cast who are male are now female to add more stakes in the series. Izuku goes back to school that week. Everyone's looking at him very, cautious and what quirk Izuku has. Bakugo shows off his quirk, Katsuki shows her quirk. It's little explosions because it hasn't really erupted yet. Izuku says he doesn't know which his quirk is. It may manifest in a couple weeks or a couple years. Then yeah, but it is true he does have a quirk. Katsuki says, well, my quirk's way better than yours when it comes out, right? Izuku says, well, the doctor said that my quirk, it manifests in a love kind of way, meaning I can mind control people. Well, that's not very strong like All Might, but my auntie is Midnight, so yeah, it will work. I'll be as strong as her. I'll have all the powers, kind of like her. Alright? Bakugo and Katsuki is like, sure, okay. But soon then, when you get your powers, I'm gonna fight you. And we're gonna see who's stronger. Sure, Katsuki. After that day, Katsuki started bullying Izuku after she found out Izuku was probably lying because his quirk never manifested. So yeah, she didn't believe him, so she kept on picking on him, saying that he's a weird kid and no one should hang out with him. Izuku felt very heartbroken at that time, so he never gradually got more courage to become a hero. He more thought of becoming just who he is, a normal civilian, because Katsuki took it too far. It's been around a couple years. Izuku's around 10 years old. Deku's thinking on what he's going to be doing on his 11th birthday. His mother told him to go downstairs and buy some groceries and come back home safe. But Izuku does that right. He's about to go home until he sees a girl getting beaten up by some random people. It's the girl called Toger in My Hero series, who appeared in season 3 or season 2 ending. And Izuku's like, hey, leave her alone, alright? This is not acceptable here. I'll call the police. They like, you've been watching too much comic books. They start beating up Izuku with a baseball bat. Izuku manifests his quirk at that time. They both stop, beating up Deku. And Deku starts seeing this kind of green gas, not because it was his hair color, which is green, or it's because it's his later costume, or his eye color, or is it just because he farted at that time from being very scared? I don't know, it's just green. The spray goes everywhere into the air. They start smelling it, and they fall in love with Izuku. They're like, I'm sorry, this will never happen again. Izuku's like, sure it won't. I hope it doesn't. They think of Izuku being ripped and muscular just like The Rock. Well, they're thinking Deku's as strong as Goku, so they'll never harm him ever again, and that girl. They say sorry to the young girl, and the girl says it's okay, and they both run away. Izuku, with a bloody nose, stands up and is like, that was weird. Why are they running away? And they look like they were in love with me. Then Toger smells the spray, and she falls instantly in love. She was smelling the spray much more longer than those two other guys, that she fell very crazy about Izuku. And remember, Izuku was just 10 years old. She jumps on Izuku and starts kissing him on the cheek. Izuku says, stop it. And Toga says, yes, master, like she's a maid. Izuku's like, stop with that creepy shit, leave me alone. The hell, I just tried to save you. And she's like, well, doesn't a hero need thanking? And Toga's like, not thanking like that, just say thank you. And Toga's like, I'll do that, anything for my master. And Deku's like, you're weird. See you later, I don't know who you are, just leave me alone. Deku walks away and gets his bag from the grocery shopping and heads home. He tells his mother about everything, about the girl giving him hickeys. Deku doesn't know what that means, but his mom definitely does for me. But anyway, well, it seems Izuku's just manifested his quirk. Inko is happy and calls Hasashi. But Hasashi definitely doesn't pick up because he's moved on with his life after thinking his son was quirkless and not his. So yeah, they both go to the Quirk doctors and tell the Quirk doctor what happened. The Quirk doctor types in his little notebook and thinks that, did he just remove the kid's quirk, or did the kid just manifest it naturally, like it's some type of sorcery that couldn't be stolen? And the doctor's like, well, okay, I guess that's your quirk, kid. Anything happened? Deku says, no, it's just that it smelled like the gas around me for my body. Just, if you stay a little bit longer in it, you'll come extremely in love with me. I just need a tube, maybe even small little tubes full of it to, have an advantage of time. The doctor thinks of something that would help Deku in the future. He gives him small little test tubes that he was using for one of his science experiments and one of his surgeries, and gives it to Deku. He tells Deku to use his quirk away from them. They take a 2-meter gap from each other, kind of like the whole social distancing from 2020. And Deku, he uses his gas quirk. He closes the gas pipe and he puts the gas in the tube. The doctor starts using science experiment on it, and then they start getting 20 of them. There's a large one, medium, small one, and even miniature size. and even regular size, but also Izuku gets different colored ones. As I said, one's green, but sometimes Deku can actually mix up emotions if he just tries it literally more enough. Kind of how Toguro is in the manga. Manga spoilers, so you have to skip around 25 seconds of this thing. So in the later My Hero chapters, Toguro could literally take the quirks of people by just copying them, as that's her copy quirk. So if Deku can just, manifest by adapting his quirk, he can just use an evolution quirk, kind of how the dinosaurs were, and how humans came from gorillas to humans to some people's eyes. So if Deku just evolutions his quirk to probably just, change the gas reaction to people's brain cells, he can make them angry, sad, and in love with him, and even extremely in love with him. That would cause a World War III. The next day at school, Katsuki Bakugo tells Izuku on what's his problem, why is he going up to her. Deku's like, well, I actually manifested my quirk yesterday. I can't really use it because it's a love quirk, and I want you to stop bullying me, so I have to use it on you. Katsuki's like, piss off, you're joking, right? 10 whole years, 5 whole years, and since you were 5 years old, you couldn't manifest a quirk? How weak and pathetic are you? You can't even use your own quirk. All the mean girls start laughing. Izuku is like, oh, you'll see after school, you'll see. At the end of the school, Deku's like, hey, Katsuki, I want to tell you my quirk. Katsuki's like, fine, tell me then. Then Deku, he gets one of his troops and she's like, what the hell is that? Is that drugs? What the hell are you doing, Izuku? I'm telling the teacher right now. Deku stops her from going to the office by raising his hand. He's like, this is part of my quirk. Let me show you. Izuku opens it and he starts spraying it in the air. And she's like, yo, what are you doing? And then she smells it, and then this happens. Oh my gosh, Izuku, I never knew that you had these muscles. What do you mean? I'm still skinny and scrawny, right? No, Izuku. She starts touching Izuku's biceps, and Izuku's like, hey, no need to act creepy now. And she's like, I'm not trying to act creepy, Izuku. You're the one who did this to me. She goes even more further and closer. Let's say in Izuku's school they wear ties. So she pulls Izuku's tie forward and aimed for a kiss.
Oh yeah.
Izuku's like, Katsuki, how much did you smell of this gas? Katsuki can really estimate the whole thing. She said, oh, I smell all of it, Izuku. Nice creamy tasty lips that you have, Izuku. See you tomorrow at school. Izuku's like, fine, I guess, but could you stop bullying me? Katsuki's like, you mean I can't stop loving you, Izuku? She walks away and talks to her friends. Her friends are like, what the hell's wrong with you? Why did he kiss him? And she's like, well, he's the hottest guy in our school. And they all start laughing at her, and yeah. The next day happened. Izuku's in class, and he's thinking of what's happened to Katsuki. Katsuki's busy looking at him, in class, staring at him, each angle, right and left. Izuku tells Katsuki to stop looking at him. And she's like, well, I can if I'm in love with you. Everyone's screaming, oh, snap. she likes Izuku. I thought she hated Izuku. And Izuku's like, that's what I thought. I guess my quirk is that powerful that I can make someone in love with me for a bunch of various times. After that moment, she comes back to her normal self very slowly. She's like, I don't like Izuku, he's ugly. And Izuku's like, hey, no need to be like that, and everyone starts laughing at him. Deku runs into the bathroom, crying, just like the little bitch he is in class. Deku's sobbing, and then his teacher knocks on the door. His teacher's like, Izuku, you bunked class. What are you doing now? And Deku's like, sorry, madam. Deku opens the door, and he's like, well, madam, I don't know what to do. I feel sad for what everyone said about me. It doesn't matter, Izuku. Is that new perfume that you're wearing? Izuku's like, no, it's only deodorant. And then Deku's like, oh snap, it's my quirk. It has erupted. It seems that Izuku's quirk pops out from nowhere. But recently, it has popped down in front of his parents. Well, his mom, Inko, only. Well, yeah, it's only happened to her. No one besides from her. Well, Inko, she can't really catch it because really, it's part of her family essence. So she has that kind of blood into it, so it's naturally inside of her. So she can't react to Deku's positive charge to her. So, yeah. Because the teacher has such a negative charge because they're not related, Izuku has a positive with her right now. So, she's like, Izuku, why do you look so different from 20 minutes ago? Izuku's like, what do you mean? I look kind of the same. Izuku looks much more muscular in her eyes. Strong, fit like Superman and Batman combined, fused together like Goku and Vegeta, fused like Sasuke and Naruto. He's the almighty man. He's strong, manly, mature. All the essence what a woman really wants. And yeah, Izuku's like, is there anything wrong, madam? Do you feel a little bit weird about me? And the teacher's like, oh no, I really just like you, Izuku. And Izuku's like, oh snap, how do I end this? Izuku runs out from his school gates and he returns home. His mom is just doing some work at home and she gets a doorbell and she's like, coming, is it a delivery? And Izuku's like, no mom, it's me. And she's like, the school allowed you out early, that's a surprise. And she's like, what's going on? Why are you so panicking? Well, mom, my quirk erupted in class. I don't know what to do. And it happened to my teacher. And now she's in love with me. What shall I do, madam? I mean, mom. And she's like, Izuku, I don't know what to do. Maybe you could just get one of your angry things or your sad depression thing and throw it at the teacher to make her a love sad person to your class. Or maybe make her love someone else. How can I do that, mother? Maybe put her in the same room as another teacher. Well, that's an excellent idea, Mom. Thanks for your help. Well, no problem. A mom's gotta do what a mom has to do. Well, thank you. Bye. It's the next day and the teacher is now wearing something a little bit modern times to impress Izuku. Izuku's like, hey madam, the principal wants to speak to you. And the teacher's like, I'll do anything for you, Izuku. Both of them go to the principal's office. The principal's like, what is this, Izuku? Is there another complaint from Katsuki? And the teacher's like, no. Master Midoriya, he told me to come with you. I don't know why. Is there anything wrong, Izuku? And Izuku's like, no, madam. You guys just need to talk for 1 second. Sure, I'll do anything for you, student. Izuku opens the door and clocks them in. He leaves one of his tubes right open by the door as it sinks through the room. It makes both of them fall in love with each other by each of them smelling the gas, and looking at the first person they look is each other. They start falling in love and kissing, and one thing leads to another, and yeah. Even the principal says, I will marry you and ditch my wife. And Izuku hears all this and says, I guess we're getting a substitute teacher. And Deku runs along into class. Deku runs into class and sits back down. Katsuku's like, what's all the rush for? Why are you so excited? And Izuku's like, nothing. It's just, wait a minute. So you don't like me, right? And Katsuku's like, you're ugly, you're pathetic, you're a creep. And then Izuku's like, well, say that to your friends. Katsuki's friends. Tell me, did Katsuki kiss me 2 days ago? And Deku, the mean girls, they say, oh, yeah, she did. And it was a long kiss, by the way. Katsuki's like, when? What? And then she remembers the day and she's like, impossible. How did you? And Izuku's like, magic. And he walks out of the room with no teacher to say, oh, that's a 3-hour detention ship. Deku just walks off into the sunset and chills and practices Quirk. The end of our new What If. I hope you guys feel the texture of my voice caressing inside your ears, bumping your heartbeat, as once I said before. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and let's try get to 2K. So yeah, I hope you guys love me. Kiss my abs, or this spider or this fire will go into your bed and eat you alive. And I hope you guys enjoy this What If. I know there's some people that are going to hate me before they even gonna watch the video. It's like they don't give a shit, which they don't. Well, I don't give a hell. So if you're gonna go out hate, you might as well hate. And yeah, so goodbye.